SummerSlam 2022 is in the books, and we're here to review it. Good main event, shit show everywhere else.
I mean, it could have just showed us the main event at the beginning, and we could have went to bed at like 20 to 1, 22.
Right, that's it. Right, it's a good main event, well, great main event, but the fucking wrong guy won.
I know, I'm sick of this Roman Reigns shit. I mean, pretty much, I know even people complain about Brock being part-time all the time, but I think 90% of people wanted Brock to win the night. Even the people that normally complain about Brock, I think they're sick of Roman Reigns. And now, mix that into the fact that Roman Reigns is actually a part-time guy too, and he's been holding the belt now for almost 2 years straight. And not even that, it was bad enough when he held one belt, now he's got both world titles, and no one can get a fucking sniff. What's he cooking? Can you smell what he's cooking? No, you're not allowed to smell it because no one else is allowed to fucking sniff of the belts.
But we'll get to the main event a bit later.
Right, we'll start with the show. We kick off Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Raw Women's Championship. I've seen this match many times. Didn't really need to see it again. Sick of seeing it. Hopefully this is the last time we see it. I mean, it was alright. Bianca Belair retained. Just like the main event, I thought the wrong person won here. But I think the main thing about this match was after the match we have the return of Bayley, which seemed not like a big deal, but it seemed like, oh, Bayley's returning after over a year. And then she brings out Dakota Kai and Io Sky with her, and it kind of just devalued Bayley's return, in my opinion. It's like Bayley's returning, and then she just brings like two fucking people with NXT with her, who got zero pop, by the way.
Yeah, it's like, could she not have just debuted it and then on SmackDown or Raw or whatever, just say, oh, and I brought some friends and these two come out?
It's like, it'd be like Edge coming back, like, and then he's like, oh, here, I've got the Creed brothers with me. I mean, like, who cares? I mean, people want to see Edge back to fucking destroy the Judgment Day, you know what I mean? We don't really care who Edge brings with him. I just thought that was a bit dumb. Bayley comes back after well over a year, and she's got backup. And it's like
Triple H came back in 2002. He didn't bring fucking High and Tie with him.
And it's not even that. It's like people are on about this Dakota Kai, right, and Io Sky issues now going by could be big deals. And I'm not saying they can't be, but when you come up and you make your debut and you're essentially like fucking bodyguards, or you're just adding up numbers for somebody, you're a jobber.
That's it.
I mean, they literally appear to be henchwomen. So. Yeah, no.
It is what it is. But next up...
They stared. We're not going to talk about what happened, no.
Well, they look at them, Becky Lynch helps.
Well, yeah, they stared in Becky Lynch. They stared in Bianca Belair. Becky Lynch got into even up the odds, even though they're still shorter person. Everyone chanted this is awesome, and then the three, even though they had the numbers advantage, left.
Well, that was it.
Strange,
that was
right?
Whack.
Up next, we have Logan Paul versus The Miz.
One of the better matches of the night. Logan Paul proving why he's literally one of the best guys on the roster.
And The Miz proving why he's awesome with big balls, because this is a pretty good match. Big frog splash from the top of the rope to the outside announce table. And they must have replaced the announce table. Or did it not break?
Did.
No, I was going to say it breaks several times tonight.
I'll be real, right? I think The Miz is like, we think he's boring still.
I think he's underrated as fuck.
No, he is underrated, but I feel like his moveset's boring. I don't know. You look at Logan Paul, he's like a fucking fresh breath.
Well, he kind of. Well, no, his moveset is a bit lame, like, but.
I'm just talking about Logan Paul in general. I think he's very unique. I feel like I'm not saying he's on the level of Brock, but I feel like Brock's very unique.
See, I think The Miz is good at what he does, but I don't think The Miz will ever have a great match.
No.
I just don't think in-ring wise but I think he could always put on good matches, solid matches. But for me, The Miz just...
Good match. Logan Paul wins. Frog splash through the table. We get Skull Crusher finale from Logan Paul.
Good match. AJ Styles come out for some reason. I don't know. Apparently he's been training Logan Paul how to do a phenomenal forearm, because that's what Logan Paul wins with. So, yeah, who knows. Maybe we'll get a tag team match on Raw. But Logan Paul wins. No complaints. Up next, we had...
I believe it was the Mysterios versus the Judgment Day. This is the match where I passed it the most.
No, it wasn't. It was a singles match in between this.
Who was it?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
Was it Pat Mcafee and Corbin?
No, that was after. There was a...
Bobby Lashley and Fury.
Bobby Lashley, Fury.
Lashley wins.
There's 4 minutes. Squash match, kind of. Austin Fury.
That's the only time he gets jobbed.
Austin Fury's a fucking jobber. Like, how are we supposed to believe this guy's seriously going to cash in this briefcase and win? I just don't see it. Bobby Lashley wins. Hurt Lock. Boom. Moving on. Judgment Day.
He's only going to win the belt if Reigns doesn't have it.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine Reigns' like 700-day title reign's going to end because of a cash-in by Austin Fury.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like, I feel like whoever beats Reigns is going to get like a massive rub. That it would be dumb to have them lose. Like, imagine if McIntyre beats Reigns at Clash of the Castle, and then Austin Theory comes out and cashes in on McIntyre. I feel like you're throwing away McIntyre defeating the 700-day reign. So I could see Austin Theory eventually cashing in and losing. But anyway, Mysterios, Judgment Day, no DQ match. Don't really care about it. The main talking point here, Edge returns, half looking like the Brood, half looking like 2002 Rob Zombie Edge. Comes in.
No, my problem is, what was the whole fucking point of Judgment Day and Edge? It was a waste.
Well, I think Edge just decided he wanted to be a face. Or they wanted to push Edge in the title picture or some shit like that it was. When Cody Rhodes got injured. So it could be that. They want Edge to be the top face on Raw until Rhodes comes back. Who knows? Anyway, Edge is back. I'm assuming we'll get Edge.
Another Edge Reigns match, fuck's sake.
I'm thinking more Edge Judgment Day or something. I don't know. I don't really want to see that, to be honest. But aye, is what it is. Then we move on to... Can't even fucking remember what
Maximum Dupree drinking water backstage.
I mean, this was... I mean, as gay as it is, I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, Monsieur.
Yeah, but no, that's not his name.
Monsieur.
Say it right.
Mansoor.
And Massé.
And well, guess what? He's not going to be able to elude the turn to Saudi Beharia.
I mean, yeah, you tell me a Saudi Arabian's going to go to Saudi Arabia and act all gay and drink water and drink each other's water. I mean, the beach, summer beach wear, fucking summer beheading wear.
Summer Beach, we don't do that around here.
Then we get Max Dupree and
towel.
his sister Maxine Dupree, and we'll see where this goes. I mean, I don't see how can Max Dupree being the manager of male models ever lead to him being a world champion. I'm not saying I hate the gimmick, but I don't think it's. To me, it's not like. I don't see how it can propel your career.
Yeah,
it's not.
Next up, we had Pat McAfee versus Corbin. The choir sung at Corbin. Then sung like McAfee.
It's like Fandango. I mean, I just never seen that gimmick being a world champion.
Beat Jericho at me, eh?
Well, he did, but that's about as good as it got from. Alright, anyway, Pat McAfee, Corbin, choir, sings it. Corbin, bum-ass Corbin.
Worst match then, eh?
Then we get the match. Yeah, it wasn't great. No, I don't know if it was the worst match. I don't know, Theory Lashley bored the shit out of me.
It wasn't the worst, but...
It wasn't good.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, why is McAfee even beating Corbin?
We'll be ranking all the matches later on, so...
Fuck that, will be later on.
Check out that video. But yeah, this match wasn't great. Right, moving on. Who won? Pat McAfee? Dodgy top rope finisher. I mean, it was like a sunset flip from the top rope, but it looks like he was barely... And Cole was fucking celebrating as if it was his child winning his first match or something. It was weird. Cole was like over celebrating. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then there seemed to be a bit of beef between McAfee and Graves, that's the one. Right?
Rick Grimes out there, right?
So maybe we'll get an announcer versus announcer match at Mania, or maybe not. Who cares? Survivor Series announcer, who knows? Anyway, up next we had the Street Profits versus the Usos Undisputed Tag Team Championships. And the Usos win again. I'm just sick of seeing the Bloodline fucking win. It's maybe make this a separate video, because I don't want to spend 20 minutes ranting here about the Bloodline. But I'm done seeing the Bloodline win. It's fucking horrendous. Give somebody else a chance. Now, I'm not one of these lefties that go, he deserves it or whatever, but I mean, it's getting to the stage there where it is fucking ruining the product, I think.
Yes.
I mean, people want to talk about Triple H's reign of terror. At least Triple H lost from time to time. I mean, Triple H lost actually quite a lot, just not when the title was on the line, but he was there every week. I mean, he lost to Goldberg, eventually lost to Batista, but he lost it to Michaels.
Lost it to Benoit.
Lost it to Benoit. I mean, there was times where he lost it. I mean, Triple H, in that 2-year period of Reign of Terror, lost the belt. He lost it to Orton, then won it back. So he lost the world title at least 3 times. And I think he might have traded the belt with Goldberg twice. Or am I wrong? Goldberg only have it once. Either way, he lost it. He lost it to Michaels. Lost it to Goldberg. Lost it to Benoit. But lost it to Orton. And then he lost it to Batista. So see, in just let's say a 3-year period, he lost 5 title matches. Roman Reigns in a 2-year period has lost no title matches.
Yeah.
And when was the last time he was actually pinned on TV? I mean, I'm sure Triple H lost tag team matches and stuff.
Of course he did.
But anyway, Usos win. Who gives a shit?
Next up, Drew McIntyre talks about my sword. What's it going to do when I point to the roof?
He says, "Oh, what's my magic sword going to do?" And he raises it up after the count of 3 and fireworks go off. I mean, I like Drew, but how can you support a guy that's got a sword and he's calling it a magic sword? I know what you can do with that sword.
Stick it right up your ass.
So Rock would say, turn it sideways. Aye, shine it up. Up next, we had Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey, Women's Championship. This match sucked. Ronda Rousey tapped out Liv Morgan, but the ref didn't see it, and her shoulders were pinned to the mat, so the ref
It wasn't even close, it was like a second and a half before she fucked the 3.
Yeah, so the ref counted the 3. Liv was annoyed, Ronda was annoyed, she arm dragged armbar on Liv Morgan, then tossed the referee about, almost pulled his arm out his socket. Then a bunch of officials came out. That was that. Before we move on to the main event, Riddle was there as well. Riddle came out, called out Seth Rollins. Rollins came out, beat up Riddle. Fucking the entire locker room was almost out there. The officials anyway, trying to stop this. And then Riddle got curb stomped into the ground. We'd Kid Rock kissing some fucking fat bastard that looked a bit like Doudrop in the crowd. WWE tried to cut the cameras, but they were about 4 seconds too late.
Yeah, I didn't need to see this.
I mean, is that Kid Rock's... Who is that? Is that his wife? Or is it just some random person?
It's his fucking wife,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's probably just some...
Kid Rock's weird.
Yeah, maybe he's into that. But, yeah, we had that. Then we had Kane come out. The crowd loved him in Nashville, but everyone on Twitter's crying. Well, fucking... Suck it up, lefties. Kane's a legend, and all your vanilla indie midgets are not. So Kane announces the attendance and then does this whole pyro thing. He was like, he shrugged his shoulders and was like, why not? And then, right, and that was Kane going. Then main event time, last man standing match.
Easily best man of the match. Brock comes out in a tractor.
Easily best man of the match.
Best match of the night, right? Brock comes out in a tractor. There's a big massive clothesline off top of said tractor.
I mean, this match started off good, and then you just kind of knew it was always going to be good. Lots of spots, lots of table spots. Brock's back was cut up. Roman was bleeding a bit. Rock kept trying to put Roman away. Roman was putting Brock through shitloads of tables. Brock hit the F5 and then he couldn't get Roman down, so he went into the outside and he got in his fucking tractor and he lifted up the ring. I've never seen this before. This is like a first time ever. The ring got lifted about 10 feet in the air.
This seemed like a pish first time ever. This was a good...
Yeah, he lifted the ring on one side 10 feet up in the air, and then Roman Reigns just fell back and fucking tumbled at the ring. It was funny, and then they're brawling on the outside. The Usos came out, got involved. They super kicked Brock. Roman Reigns had a spear on Brock. They thought he was going to win it, but nah, Brock got up, and then Austin Theory came out, and he hit Roman Reigns with the briefcase, and Roman Reigns, it was some FUD, smashed him right in the head.
And then he whiplashed effect off the barricade.
He tried to hit Brock, but Brock wasn't buying it. Brock hit a few German suplexes on Theory.
He killed the Usos.
Then he killed, overhead belly to belly on one of the Usos and dropped them on his face. And then he lifted up fucking Paul Heyman, who looked like it by this stage, if he hadn't shut his pants, he was about to in the next couple of seconds. F5, I've never seen Heyman take a bump like this.
This is a good bump.
F5 to Heyman through an announce table.
Very good, guys.
I wonder how much Paul Heyman got bonus for taking that. It was funny because at the end of the match, the Usos were holding up Heyman and he just looked like a bag of shite. And I'm sure he had a big fucking turd in his pants at that stage. But yeah, so Heyman goes through the table, Brock's in control, but then the Usos get back up and super kick Brock, and then
it's just move.
Yeah.
Object.
Yeah, so then Reigns goes up, hits him with the briefcase, Brock gets up, hits him with the title, Brock gets up, hits him with the title again, Brock gets up, hits him with other stuff, Brock gets up.
The titles up as if it would matter.
Yeah, he hit him with the WWE title and that didn't work. He tried to hit him with the Universal title. And then the finish was weird. Brock's down and the Reigns tells the ref to start counting, and while he's counting, they start piling objects on top of Brock, and then Reigns climbs onto the objects while the ref's at the count of 8, and the ref continued to 10. I mean, surely if you're actually interacting with the guy that's down on the ground, that's the count done.
Yeah, it's
that's the rules. You can't. Once the ref starts the count, you cannot do anything to that person.
Like if you're pinning someone in a tag match and the tag team partner can stomp on the guy,
Yeah,
it fucking breaks it up.
see, as soon as as soon as like they peddle that stuff, then maybe Roman Reigns like climbed on top of the stuff. It should then the ref maybe should have started it back to 1 and went from 1 to 10, but he didn't do that. Maybe Brock didn't want all that shite on him for another 10 seconds.
Nah, that's probably it. Like.
Who knows? Anyway, Roman Reigns then gets the win. Wrong person fucking won. I mean, great match, but it doesn't matter. Seeing you get a great match, see if the wrong person wins, it just leaves a sour taste in your mouth, like it ruins it. I mean, like in football, I mean, you can see the greatest football game ever, but see if it ends and your team losing and the other team winning.
Every match
like,
between these two is just Brock gets fucked because the issues get involved.
Yeah, I mean, surely.
Like everyone types up Reigns, right, as this undefeatable guy, but every match he gets help.
Even against Fat Boy Kevin Owens, he fucking needed help. Remember
the last man standing match against Owens he fucking got handcuffed. And
that's what I just said. Fat Boy Kevin Owens.
But the ref helped him, wasn't the Usos, remember?
I him himself and he lost the keys and he stopped it and he stopped the count. Anyway, they celebrate. Austin Theory finally gets up and he's holding on to his briefcase. The Bloodline celebrating. The Usos are dragging Paul Heyman by the fucking scruff of the neck, trying to pull his ass out the arena. And Brock Lesnar's left there laying in a heap and SmackDown goes off there. Cole's
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. Cole's freaking out. Get help out here. We need help. Someone help Lesnar. Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good.
You know what?
I mean, I really enjoyed the ending.
I don't think there's anything really bad about the show, but it's SummerSlam, like.
Yeah, see if this was see if this was like a fucking... What pay-per-views do they do now?
Extreme Rules.
See if this was an Extreme Rules, I'd have thought, you know what? Apart from the fact that there wasn't much extreme stuff, apart from the main event, it was a good show. But
you're probably looking like a 6 or something.
Yeah, SummerSlam is one of the bigger things, so you just expect it.
Where's the Bailey?
An Edge. I mean, I get it. I mean, Logan Paul Miz, I get it, big match, but McAfee... I mean, I don't really see McAfee as this big celebrity. I like him, but I don't see him as a big celebrity.
We're in the same fucking NFL team.
Yeah, no.
Probably cost us bets.
I mean, it was an alright pay. I'm not gonna fucking shit on it. You know, I'll give it a.
I'll give it a 5.
I'm gonna get a 5 as well. Main event was great, but overall, I mean, every other match kind of. I thought it was boring. Like, to be honest. I mean, yeah, there was a couple of interesting returns or whatever, but I thought it was boring up until the main event. Main event, like, could easily... I think the main event could be a 10. I mean, it was up there, but the rest of it was kind of boring. Anyway, that's it. 5 out of 10. We will bring more vids out tomorrow and we'll be ranking every match, so stay tuned for that. I'll catch you next time, but until then, Roman Reigns, still the champion. For fuck's sakes. Peace.